Hey, just on the subject of Super Bowl, obviously we got to talk about the commercials, right? The $1 million that they spend, or I think it's like $8 million for a 30-second promo placement on Super Bowl. Obviously, it's the big broadcast. Every single conglomerate corporation wants a piece of the action. And sometimes they're good, sometimes they're hilarious. I admit that sometimes, those commercials can be funny if whatever they're promoting. But then sometimes they take it a bit too far. Sometimes those commercials take it a bit too far. And I'm going to show you two examples, two cases where that happened during the game. So, let me show you this one for instance. This was a Super Bowl ad that seemed more like a PSA, but not a PSA that I was hoping for. And they used celebrities to endorse a certain political action, which again isn't exactly what I was hoping this commercial was going to be. I was hoping for a little bit more than what this was pitching. So take a look at this.
I hate you because we're from different neighborhoods.
I hate you because you look different.
I hate you because I don't understand you.
I hate you because people I know hate you.
I hate you because I think you hate me.
Because I need someone to blame.
Because you talk different.
Because you act different.
Because you're just different. Man, I hate that things are so bad that we have to do a commercial about it.
Me too.
So obviously, this is a PSA that I kind of I mean, I agree with the message. I agree with the message. We need to stop all hatred. Obviously, yes. This fighting between ourselves, fighting between other people, epitomizing our friends and family and neighbors. Yes, obviously, I'm supportive of this 100%. The problem with this is that this commercial could have went a lot more into the subject matter and understand why there's so much hatred going on. Not because just people are just automatically angry all of a sudden for no apparent reason and we're just doing this blindfold. It's the fact that from the top down, we have been conditioned, we have been cultured, we have been supplemented into viciously attacking each other instead of uniting to each other to fight the bigger problems of society. This is all intentional. This is all intentional. Just like we see with what happened during the COVID pandemic when people that were vaccinated were angry at the unvaccinated. And they didn't ask the people why they were unvaccinated. They could have had medical reasons. They could have been questioning. They could have just said, I don't agree with the measures in place, but hey, if you want to go and get the vaccine and get that's your decision. That's always been my case. But for some people, they've been conditioned and programmed that if you're not part of the club, you are sinister, you're evil. And I know this is only a 30-second ad and they can only do so much, but I wish they went to that level. I wish they kind of stepped it up a bit instead of just a simple hate-filled PSA turn into remorse. And at the end there where they said, I can't believe we have to do a PSA on this. Obviously, they're doing this because they want to shame people to program them back into the status quo instead of looking into why people are programmed to hate each other. And this has been brought to you by, as you can see here, standuptoallhate.org, paid by the Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism. So, where was this commercial? Where was this commercial when they were threatening to put anti-vax people in concentration camps? Where was this commercial when people were silenced and viciously attacked and called Russian agents and Putin propagandists to stand up against unjust warfare in Ukraine? Where was this commercial then? Where was this commercial for all the years that people got angry at Trump supporters. Where was the commercial then? All of a sudden, now they're doing one for anti-Semitism. Now they have to make a Super Bowl commercial to stop the hatred. And they make it sound like it's a generalized stopping hatred, but as it's paid by the Better Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism, now you understand why they did this commercial. Because if it wasn't a political stunt to keep people in line to support Israel and the genocide, they wouldn't be talking about this. They wouldn't have celebrity endorsed PSAs. So this is what frustrates me. Is that, yes, I clearly stay with the message. Stand up to all hatred. But we have seen nothing but hatred for the past how many years because we've been programmed to. You go and turn on the TV, you go watch MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, any of these big corporate broadcasts. And they program people, they deliberately program people to hate the others. Hate people that are different than you. Hey, if they're not watching MSNBC, they must be traitors. They're not watching Fox News, then they're traitors. It's all from the top down. Just like how the wokeness is all from the top down. All this identity BS is because people at BlackRock and Vanguard and State Street and all the hideous monsters that have control over the planet want to disguise and get people riled up on empty, vapid arguments about bathrooms and transgenderism and LGBTQ and gay rights and everything in between, so that you're not focused and not united and can't organize to fight actual systemic problems, like why we're being programmed to hate each other. Because once you figure out how the sausage is made, then you'll be angered at the people that manipulate you to be this angry, to get angry at a rando person. So, as the AF Post points out, Jewish billionaire Robert Kraft spent $7 million on Stand Up to Jewish Hate Super Bowl commercial. Well, I'll tell you, it's not plastic orange slices, but that commercial was pretty cheesy. I know it's not that kind of Kraft. But $7 million for a PSA that doesn't really have a strong, clear enough message other than just telling people to cut it out. Instead, that $7 million could have went towards, I don't know, helping people and actually stopping the war, finding a peace deal, telling Netanyahu and telling Palestine to sit down, negotiate. That was the whole, hopefully, the proposal we were supposed to get. But that's not happening. That's not happening. Why? Because the Zionists don't want it. They don't want peace. They want to build up hatred. They use it intentionally. This is all mind control for them to operate on other people that, again, you get angered towards each other and not angry at the problem that's occurring. It's all a distraction. And if they really wanted to do a PSA about anti-hatred, you really should be talking about why people are hatred, why people are programmed to hate each other in the first place. Because we have seen this all throughout. That's why we have racism. That's why we have sexism. That's why misogyny. It all comes from the top down, ladies and gentlemen. People are not just born a racist. It had to come from somewhere. And if they're going to spend that kind of money, you would think they would go into that extended territory, but they don't want to reveal that to you. So here's the other commercial that's also very eye-opening. And James Lee, who does these great deep dives here, is going to point this out. It says, the most anti-American Super Bowl ad, easily the hims and hers spot, pretending to critique the broken food system while pushing sketchy, unapproved Ozempic knockoffs. Well, I would say that's pretty American. I mean, it wouldn't be an American football game without some sort of pharmaceutical ad. It's as American as apple pie, okay? Right next to the Budweiser ad so that your tiny dick, shrivels up and then you can buy more Viagra to please your wife after eating nothing but chicken wings and drinking down Bud Light. That's the American way, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's very anti-American. It may be very anti-Maha to make America healthy again because a lot of people are supportive of RFK Jr. They're very supportive of investigating why their food is toxic, why there's so many potential lethal chemicals in their food supply. That's obviously something that's concerning to people. So I would say it's anti-American. I would say it's very anti-human. But here's what he had to say about it. It's pretty interesting.
This Hims and Hers ad during the Super Bowl is so insidious and also quite possibly illegal. Because at first I was like, hell yeah, who's this talking about obesity and how it's America's #1 health crisis, which is 100% true. They call out how the system is meant to keep us sick. They point out that the food industry is selling us poison for profit. They even threw in visuals of Fruit Loops, so I know they're for sure paying attention to Maha and the movement to boycott Kellogg's. But guess what their solution is? It's just more drugs. Injectables, pills, you name it. So then I looked into what Hims and Hers is peddling. And it turns out what they're essentially selling is unregulated Ozempic, something called compounded semaglutide, which the FDA has...
Hold on. You're telling me that a pharmaceutical giant is going to point out a problem that was designed and caused by them and then try to sell you the solution? Color me shocked. When have we ever heard that before? Oh, we're just, how bad this virus is, how bad everything is. Oh my God, the food system is so bad. Yeah, swallow a pill. Go take a pill that's going to worsen your health. Instead of, I don't know, diet, exercise, natural supplements. Things that are actually beneficial to the human body. Don't listen to that. Just buy the solution to the problem that we created. Okay, that's how it works out. That's the total grift system of pharmaceuticals. Very American. And of course, they're gonna play it during the Super Bowl. So predictable.
Not reviewed, approved, or tested for safety or efficacy. In fact, the FDA website right now has a warning about these unapproved weight loss drugs. They're talking about cases of hospitalization due to dosing errors, possible counterfeit Ozempic. There have been hundreds of reported cases of adverse side effects just in the last couple months alone, and I'm sure the real number is probably way higher than this. The ad doesn't talk about any of these side effects, which I'm pretty sure is illegal for a pharmaceutical ad. And in fact, they just tout their product.
Which it is. It is. By law, if you are advertising a pharmaceutical, which it used to be not the case. They did not advertise pharmaceutical drugs until very recently. I think it was like 1994, 1996 maybe. I may be confusing the dates, but it was just recently that they made a pass to please the big pharmaceutical giant lobby firms that allowed them to advertise directly to consumers, directly to viewers, primarily during sporting events, ironically, that you got to toke up on these pills, these Frankenstein chemical enduring pills that may or may not be lethal, cause side effects, cause harm to your body, but it's okay because look at these, positive images that we could shower you with. But even during that, those pharmaceutical ads are required to tell people the side effect. Even if it's really during a high voice. Even if they say really fast. Hey, side effects may include blah, 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 blah. Side effects may include bleeding from the ass, diarrhea, blah, blah, blah. They're required to do that. Required. So, what they're doing is actually illegal. This Hims and Hers company is doing illegal advertising during the Super Bowl. during the damn Super Bowl. Wow.
As quote unquote the future of health.
This is the future of healthcare. This is Hims and Hers. Join us in the fight for a healthier America.
Absolutely criminal.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Corporations. Corporations. The biggest grifts on the face of the earth. Because sometimes, hey, we just got to create problems to sell you the solution. And then that problem can also make us more money. Well, it doesn't do jack squat for the benefit of you or its consumers or anyone within the nation. Just like how we saw with the Stop All Hatred with Snoop Dogg and Tom Brady. I get the message. I get the point of it. I was on board for that message. But it doesn't actually revere or showcase or highlight or actually go into depth of why these problems exist in the first place. Why we have so much hatred. Why Americans are struggling with obesity. Why exactly our food system is so toxic. Why even as simple as fruits and vegetables are problematic. You think that fruits and vegetables, organic fruits and vegetables at your grocery store would be the most healthiest thing you could be doing. But when you're got farmland brought to you by Bill Gates, the Chinese, and Monsanto, that are spraying harsh chemicals that are waxing their fruits with appeal and putting these disgusting chemicals overtopping and changing the chemistry and changing the biology of fruits and vegetables, doing GMOs. It's insidious. It's disgusting. And it is just, I can't, it's hard to even imagine how far this goes down. How far it goes down. Because they are doing this to every single level of food. Every single level of food. From your meats to your dairy to your fruits and vegetables to the prepackaged food, obviously. Anything that's super high processed is dangerous for you. To the seed oils that they use in restaurants. But they're going to advertise that as a means to sell you a pathetic solution of another pharmaceutical drug that causes more harm to your health than good. But they don't tell you that, which is illegal. It's illegal. During the Super Bowl. They don't tell you that during the damn Super Bowl. How crazy and cringeworthy and disgusting that is to shove that down America's throat. And practically an insult to what RFK Jr., to what Maha, to what all these individuals, the Callie and Casey means, all their initiatives, all their hard work, all this building grassroots movements and attention to get this movement going, to examine our food supply, to examine agriculture, to examine the corruption of big sugar and seed oil and all these corporations. This is an insult to them. This is an insult to their movement. Because, hey, yeah, we care about, the dangerous food supply and blah, 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 but not enough to actually suggest America could do something about it. No, just buy our pills and shut the hell up. Don't research, don't look at the side effects. We'll tell people about it, but not openly. Maybe in the next, 80, 85 years. Just absolutely sickening. This is brought to you by Ground News, the versatile news app and website that gathers all the world's media on one place and allows users to compare coverage. Ground News gives you the access of thousands of sources worldwide, allows you to see the media blind spots, and even gives analysis on the bias and factuality of those stories. Weave your way through the mainstream narratives, the corporate lies, and have total access to find complete information that you deserve. Click on the link below and get 15% off a subscription. Be critical, be informed, be ground.